on and on and on. And both my parents would say, listen, and then they'd say, now I'm going to talk, now it's my turn. And the first time I did that, it was my mother, and she said to me, you don't talk about people in this house. You go in that bathroom and you take a good look at yourself in the mirror, and then you come out and we'll talk.
Okay.
My father would do the same thing, but when I got older, I had to go in there and say the rosary. And he locked the door.
Okay.
Oh my God.
And how he knew I was finished, I don't, never hit us, never did anything. And then we'd sit at the dining room table and he'd explain what he did and why he did it.
Okay.
And how you don't talk about anybody till you walk in those shoes.
Yes.
Mm.
Right.
And you know, and it was great at the time. I thought they were terrible, but when I think about it now, you didn't talk about anybody. You didn't talk about religion. You didn't talk about politics. Everybody has. He said, you listen. If somebody tells you something, they're trying to help you. You listen. You say thank you, and then do what you want.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, good advice.
Good advice.
Pick out
yeah.
what, if there's anything in there you want to use, pick it out and go. And now I know why the kids all like my parents. They would come to the house to see them. I remember when I was in high school, I'm just coming back from school, and Danny Potter is coming down the stairs. My mother was sick then. They used to come to see my mother. He said, I didn't come to see you, I came to see your mother.
Oh.
Well,
She got Mother's Day cards,
Wow.
from the kids now, because she treated them like human beings, I guess. But they really, I didn't think I was lucky at the time, but I found out in a hurry.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But my brother missed all that. He wasn't at home. He was away at school. My mother was gone. So I attribute that, but not when you're 80 years old. At what point? Oh, and the other thing he said to me, and the first time he said it to me, he said, I don't know what I did, but he said, you know, some people grow up and some people grow older, and which category do you fall into? And I said, oh, of course I'm growing older. He said, you don't even get it.
Right.
Yeah, and you don't think all those things stay with you.
Yeah.
That's what, we're products of our own environment.
That's it. Yeah.
We really and truly are. And now, they weren't perfect. Don't misunderstand me, please, because nobody's perfect.
Mhm.
But they taught us the right things, you know. And back then, you listened. You didn't talk back or.
Right. Right.
You know, we had a lot of fun. It didn't last long, but what there was. And then when my mother died, my dad knew, at the time he dated my mother, he dated this Lil O'Regan, was her name. And she never married, and she had a lot of money. And so she contacted my father, and they started going out to London. And, you know, we took her out. She took the three of, Jean, my sister, four of us out to dinner one night, and she pays the bill with $100 bills. You know, that's what this phony was.
Whoa.
And I couldn't stand her because she talked about my mother against her. You know,
Really?
Your grandmother thought your mother had all the money and I had all the money, and didn't she? She was really a nut. So I said to my dad one day, I said, Dad, is this going anywhere? Are you serious? And I was married and had Peggy, and he said, what do you mean? And he said, no, you know. So I said, believe me, I don't care. You need a life, but if you please don't bring her around me. So it was in February, because the phone rang, and I hop up to answer it. It's my dad, and he said, I'm just calling to tell you that I'm getting married on the 29th. And he hung up, and I could tell he was laughing. It was February, and there was only 28 days, so I go running to the calendar, and there's no 29 days, so I call him right back, and he picks up the phone laughing. He said, I wanted to see what your reaction would be. I said, Dad, and we talked a little bit. He said, Mary, let me tell you something. I could never be that lucky twice.
How
No,
nice.
I
Uh-huh.
am not getting married.
How nice.
Yeah. Wow.
So she didn't know she was an only child, and
Okay.
she had less than most kids because we wanted to be sure that. And then we told her to give, you know, and she used to do friends of ours that come over with kids. And if they came in and let's say that was a doll, a big doll, and Peggy say, the little girl would say, "Gee, I'd like," she'd say, "You can have it."
Really? Yeah.
And it was getting to the point where she was giving everything away. So Jack said, "We have to talk to her."
Yeah.
And I'm surprised the parents will
I know.
allow it. I know the one doll she gave away, her grandmother had gotten
Oh.
for her. And I said, "Oh, Peggy, are you sure you don't want to keep that?
Yeah.
Because Grandma gave that to you and she was gone. She was
Mhm.
died." Well, the parents didn't say anything.
Yeah,
So
no.
what are you going to do? Say, "No, you can't have it"? So we sat her down and Jack said, "Before you decide to give away anything," I know he did it. "You have to come, not in front of them, and ask us because
Check with us.
she'd give everything away." So that's why I say it's
I
difficult.
probably, maybe Mary Beth got some stuff. Maybe I did. Who knows?
But you know, that's why I say, it's when you only have one, and it's hard.
I know.
But I don't know. Someday I hope I can find out if there isn't, like this one cousin of mine used to say, if I die, which he did, and find out that there's nothing, this is it, boy, I'm going to kill myself. I said, "Jimmy, you'll be dead." So,
Yeah.
because you say, this can't be it. I don't know.
Well, when my mother was dying, she was kind of in a state of unconsciousness, I think,
Yeah.
at the time. My sister and I are sitting on either side of the bed, and she's,
Yeah.
and all of a sudden our arms go up, and she was calling her sister's name,
See,
and there was one brother that died when he was 7 of
you know,
diphtheria.
I
She
really
called,
believe that. You know, and
now
there's-
she didn't call my father's name, so we never quite understood like why, but
you know, maybe she didn't get, you know, when my mother was dying, I was sitting on the floor and I wish to God I had asked her. I'm crying and she's patting me on the back and she told me my brother had to go away to school and, you know, everything was going to be what she wanted and where she wanted to be buried. The family at one time were all at Calvary in Evanston. And then when my uncle died, no, somebody in the family died, that he moved them over, he was a funeral director, he moves them over to Des Plaines,
Oh.
to All Saints. And she said, because we had a plot out there and everything, and she said she wanted to be buried at All Saints close to her sister, or her brother that was out there. So she told me that, and I'm crying, and she's telling me all this stuff, and she said, "I don't know why you're crying for me. I should be crying for you. My worries and troubles are over, and I know where I'm going." She was not unhappy. She was.
really.
I wish I had asked her where she was going.
Give me a clue, really.
But she really and truly. I guess maybe that's why I'm not afraid to die. If she wasn't afraid, why should I?
There you go.
Why should I
she'll
be
be waiting
afraid?
for you.
So young, 47.
Boy.
That's young. That's young.
I was 19.
Hmm.
So, I don't know. That's why I don't understand why. I know one thing I will say. If you're going to send a mother children, don't take her away before they're grown. See, it was easier for
Right.
me because I was older.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
You know, it's, but I also learned you have to be grateful for what you have, not what you don't have.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And they say we're here for a reason. I wonder what.
I know.
Yeah, but you raised 4 kids.
That's true.
Come on, don't give me that. You
Yeah.
raised 4 children. You were needed. What was I needed for?
Oh, Peggy.